What is up, guys? Welcome back to the server. After the last episode where we took on the Ender Dragon, we are going to do some further work in the end today, and we are going to be making an Enderman XP farm. I've done a little bit of work off of camera, gathering up the needed materials like leaves and carpets and the mine carts and a name tag. Alright, now that we're actually here in the end now, the first step that we're going to be doing is making the platform. To start off, we've got to get all the way down to the bottom of the world. So I've brought some water and some lava along with us, so that way we can have it flow down to the bottom of the world. And we can drop down and build us a starting platform so we can bridge all the way out. I believe we've got to go 128 blocks. I'll probably go 150 just to be safe. And then we can start our construction of the Enderman farm out there. All right, now that our lava has reached the bottom, we'll actually put our water down here. And we'll make a column of cobblestone that goes all the way down to the bottom of the world. We can go ahead and pick up our lava. We'll have to wait for that to disappear or our leaves are gonna catch on fire. Now that the cobblestone is in place, I've dropped all my stuff off, so I won't be losing anything other than my pickaxe, which would be fairly easy to replace. It's not my fortune boy, so we're all set there. I'll see you down at the bottom of the world. 128, 150 blocks that way. Now that we are out here 150 blocks away from the spawn island, we're at around 256. I've gone ahead and laid out a little bit of the platform here just to get the rough guidelines of it made. Counted out the space away from the trapping area. We've got a 20 by 6 platform that we're going to be using to spawn the actual Enderman. So I'm going to try and throw this into a little bit of a time lapse just to build up the actual chamber here. It takes a little bit of time. Now that we are done building the chamber to hold all the Endermen and the platform in which they'll spawn, last thing that we have to do is spawn us in an Endermite. I do have quite a few Ender Pearls. Hopefully I don't have to go through all of these to get it, but we'll see how long that takes. Oh, we got one. We got one. Stop biting me. There we go. Nice. Ow. Awesome. I'll get this guy in place on the carpet right here. We should be good to go. So the farm is working now, and it works really well. However, I did just lose about 5-ish hours worth of video due to OBS wanting to freeze my screen and only record the audio. So all you could see for like 5 hours worth of video was my pause screen. We have all of our enchanted tools and armor. I have a chest plate back at home, but we have elytra because we went in busting. Oh, hey buddy. So I'm gonna go back to the overworld and we're going to look at what else has happened since the last update. Now that we're back in the overworld, I'm going to go over just a little bit of what I've built in the meantime between the last clip of at the Ender farm as we were getting the Endermite into place and now. So to start off, I made a custom island. We had a small one pretty close here to the house that we built last time, but I pushed it back and made it a little bit more custom so it would fit a little bit better and I'd have a little bit more room up there to decorate it here in a little while. And then I built this bridge that connects to the top part of my house where my bed would be. Then we did this. I really needed to get everything out from over there and into a proper storage room. I've got it mostly set up with everything that we're going to have. I've got some extra space here for more chests later on. And this box right here is actually everything that I got from the end. So I have one elytra and a backup, and our friend that came with us to the end has the other one. So this is everything we got. Some diamond stuff. It's not too crazy. Some of them aren't super great. They got like Curse of Vanishing. We got a couple silk touches. And after everything was said and done, this is how many shulker boxes I walked away with. Not too many, but almost enough to fill up our ender chest. So I'm going to be setting up a series of chests so that way we have a bunch of materials with us at all times. So one of the last things we did before I realized what was going on is we took our elytra to fly around the world just a little bit. We were looking for a desert for one of the other server members that was looking for cactuses, so I went flying in that direction. So we found a monument at -1350 2255 mangrove swamp and a mesa slash desert kind of thing. It's more mesa than desert. That's how I have these propagules. I have been farming up just a little bit of them, and that's the whole reason I made, you know, an efficiency hoe, so that way we could clear the leaves and actually get towards the mangrove wood itself faster. There are 2 more things that we did, and one took place over at the village, so I'll hop over there real fast. It looks like the farm is working. There goes another baby. He's all set. So we have this dude right here that sells mending for 32. So I've been spending a lot of time over here trying to get some emeralds so I can put mending on my tools, so that way I don't have to necessarily worry about them breaking too much. And I can do a lot more grindy work, like gathering sand and terraforming, without having to get new tools every like hour or 2, because I'll break them super fast. So I've got a pretty decent size sugarcane farm over here. I made like a really dense one right behind all of our villagers. And I have been pulling a couple of these guys out and trying to get them situated over here. So I managed to stumble across this guy for 10 emeralds. We've got another mending book. So mending on all of our tools is about to become a lot easier to obtain. But I gotta find a better way to produce emeralds. I did find a villager outpost. I forgot to write down those coords. I just realized it. But it's in the general direction of the mesa. It's not too far from the mesa. So there's a pillager tower over there. And me and the server mate that we went in busting with, and the one that helped me actually build most of this over here, want to build a raid farm. So that way we can get totems of undying and emeralds. But after that, we're pretty much caught up to what I've done. It hasn't been a whole lot, just a little bit of building. The main thing that I'm disappointed in is the fact that we missed out on the end busting. Because with the end busting, we had like a really close call. The other player that was with me went to go and throw an ender pearl off of one of the in-city towers and hit the side of the boat, fell down into the void, tossed a pearl up as he was falling, and as he started to take damage in the void, his pearl landed on an island under the boat and saved his own life. It was insane, and I'm so mad that you guys won't ever get to see that. I'll try to put in a small snippet of just where he almost fell into the void. Granted, all you're going to be able to see is like a pause screen of me standing at the Enderman farm, but to be honest, I think just hearing it would be better than nothing. It'll only be a couple minutes, if that, and then we'll continue on. Oh shoot, can I have an ender pearl? I put mine in my chest, apparently. Oh god.
No.
I would much rather build. I don't have enough blocks though.
I have 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna
dismantle this tower. We can use stairs to build, right?
Oh yeah. I think that's enough.
I'll bring you more if you don't have enough.
Probably gonna get hit with one of those fucking pellets.
That's when you pearl.
I might actually be close enough I could get to the ship. Yeah. Ow. Ow. Sky's the limit. Unbreaking iron pants, sharpness 4, curse of vanishing, diamond sword.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
No, no.
Oh, my pearl landed. Holy hell. I'm directly below.
Oh my god. Right below the...
I'm directly below the fucking ship. Oh
my god. What happened? Did you miss the pearl or?
I threw a pearl and it hit the side instead of the top.
And
I started falling.
So as you can tell by that little clip right there, you can't really see anything, but it was kind of high stress in that moment, but everything else went rather smooth. So me and a buddy here on the server are about to get geared up to go and fight the Wither. I really need a good and decent bow to actually take him on. So once I've got that made, we're going to be meeting up at the mesa that I found over there, about 5,000 blocks. It's far enough away from anyone that if we do end up dying for any reason, it's not going to travel back and try and destroy a bunch of other people's stuff. Alright, now we have a decently powerful bow to take on the Wither. I'm gonna call a buddy up and fight it alongside him for the first time.
No.
Okay. This is my first time actually fighting him above ground, so this is gonna be interesting.
Hey, this is an awful idea.
I'll distract him.
Bad idea, because I haven't landed a shot yet.
Well, he's on me, so that's why I'll distract him.
Oh, I'm still getting hit. See how I'm landing.
He's in melee mode.
Yeah, I got 5 hearts left.
Oh god, I'm in a hole. I'm in a hole. I was like stuck in this hole for a hot minute.
You got the. Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, you picked it up. And there we have it, one beacon. Now we get to start doing more advanced stuff and mining a lot more. Actually having resources to do proper building. So that was pretty fun, everyone. First time actually fighting the Wither over the actual world instead of cheesing it under the end portal or fighting it down in a little tunnel that you can make by yourself. It wasn't as hard as I was expecting, but it definitely made it easier that we had someone there helping us. It wasn't as bad, you know, having a properly powered up bow and some decent armor on, you know, as long as you fight them in a good area, definitely would avoid the sand next time. So the next thing that I really want to do is kind of set up a project board, so that way we can kind of keep focused. This episode has been kind of all over the place. I was not expecting it to be this chaotic, but whenever you end up playing with other people, you get sidetracked quite easily. So I want to grab some dark oak and some... Actually, I want to kind of use some spruce along with it, so that way we can use the dark oak signs that we have here. I'll need to make some more, and I've got some white dye in here. So I think right over here actually might be a pretty decent spot for it. I do have, yeah, I have some, I can make some more of the spruce planks here. We'll expand it out over here for now. We might end up moving it, but this should do us, keep it kind of close to where we do a lot of our project stuff. So I'm gonna make a fairly large one, and then we'll write down some of the things that we want to do. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the one that's kind of going to be an ongoing thing that's going to take time and we're going to be doing fairly regularly. That is going to be terraforming. So this is going to keep going on for as long as we continue to make things in our valley here. We're going to have to clear out space and make it look seamless. So like right now on this edge, like we've got some floating dirt here, and like in the last episode I showed off, if I can get over here, you know, we've got this floating edge here. So terraforming is going to be a big part in actually making this valley feel cohesive and look much nicer than just a bunch of floating platforms. The next thing that we're going to do is build a barn, so that way we can actually move our cows from the ditch over there behind that little mountain where we started off, and actually be able to get to them without having to fly around or ender pearl or hop up all these mountains. So I'm thinking we'll probably do a bridge here. I don't think I'm going to try and do like an arched one or anything like that. I think I'm just going to do a pretty flat one, and we'll probably put arches underneath as supports. The next item that I want to do is to make some sugarcane, cactus, netherwort farms, try to make them as automatic as possible. The next thing that I want to put on the list is to make a tree farming area. So over there next to the barn, I'm thinking it'd be pretty cool is if we, terraformed over here into this land and actually had an area to grow the trees. What I've been doing recently, it's not raining. I don't know why there's lightning going on. It's so weird. Over here in this area by our cows, this is where I've been growing all of our trees, so it would make sense that if we managed to connect the barn in with the terraforming and fix up this land over here and make a proper area for it to be used to actually farm trees. Right now it's kind of haphazard, it's not lit up, there's mobs in the way. Another thing that I want to add onto the list is a river through the valley. One thing that I'm really looking forward to doing in this world that I haven't really gotten to do inside of another survival world is to make a brewing factory. I want to use Ethos Auto Brewer. I know that we just built this guy not too long ago, but another thing on the list, I want to make a forever house. I definitely want to go with a scale that's much larger than that, so that way we can have quite a bit of detail on the exterior along with the interior. Is a full redstone box kit. This right here, I've got it set up as a redstone box. We also have a wood box, our tools, lighting, rockets, and a snack box. I've run out of room, but this one's going to be very important for the redstone box, and that is that we need to find a slime chunk. I'm actually going to add another one, and that is to make a bee farm. So now that we have a more focused vision for what we should be trying to tackle in the world, other than getting sidetracked by doing things and having fun with the people that we are actually playing on a server with, is build a barn. I really want to focus on that to start off with, to have an area for our cows, our chickens, sheeps. So I think the best way we're going to do this is a time lapse, and I promise I'm going to make sure that it's working this time. If I have another time lapse fail in this episode, I am going to just like toss the time lapse away for a while. We are finally back, and after several hours of gathering some resources, we have finished the terraforming. took out a good chunk of the mountain here and expanded some of the land. To start off, we're going to be starting with a simple path that'll take us from our house over here to the area for the barn. I've been spending a little bit of time gathering up some mangrove and dark oak. These are the materials that we're going to be using for the actual build. Don't know why I was trying to put those away, because I'm going to need them. I'm going to just roughly lay it out for now and just get the path, and then we're going to build up the bridge. I spent a little bit of time inside of a creative test world planning a bridge that used the mangrove. I really wanted to use the stripped logs. Really like this red color, and we're going to be using that for the primary path. So I'm going to go ahead and get the path laid down and the beams in place, and then we'll start working on the actual barn. And with that, we have the basic outline of the bridge here set up and ready to go. So now we can make our way to and from our base and get supplies as needed, much more efficiently and easier than trying to hop around through the valley like we were before. That red is just really cool. I can't wait till we can wrap this up, but what's going to take the most time is going to be actually laying out the barn itself. I don't think that this is normal. I wonder how that managed to happen. It did it again. How are these things floating here? And they're not updating. Alright, so I have the basic layout of the farm here. This is about how big it is going to be. And it definitely ended up closer to the mountain than I would like, even with only this much room between the stairs to our bridge and the entrance. So we're definitely going to have to push this mountain back just a little bit more to accommodate the barn here. And I would really prefer to do it sooner than later. We can always build like the front half and continue building more as we clear away the mountain. So I think I'm going to scoot this back to here. Have the entrance. We'll have a nice decent amount of room in the front to decorate and put odds and ends that we might need around the barn. Come on, buddy. We gotta hurry up. Up the stairs. No! You two need to get in bed. It is night. Please, into the beds. Yes, that's one. Come on, bud. Okay. You're not getting away. There we are. Alright. Go to the bed. Literally a bed right there for you. Thank you for actually going in there for once. So now that we've got the 3 villagers moved up from below into their new homes, I am just waiting for nighttime. So that way we can now move that zombie up here. That way the golems will only be able to spawn up here and we'll spend less time idling on the dirt and being pushed immediately into lava so it'll move faster. Finally, it's night again, so let's try and get you up there, please. Please behave. I think he spelled dinner bone wrong. Okay. So we're gonna play it like that, are we? No, come back. Ow. Come on. No, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. This is gonna probably take a minute to figure out without getting killed or having him escape. I'm gonna block in this area so in case it does become sunlight, he won't burn. Alright, we've got our zombie buddy down here. I've got him blocked off so he's not trying to spawn iron golems right now. We'll have to pop in there and break open the wall so the villagers can see him. So first step is finding out the dimensions. I've got this ice here laid out. We're going to be funneling them this way. About 8 blocks and then they're going to fall into some lava. But the main spawning is going to happen up here on this row. And we're going to use ice here to help them move along just a little bit faster so they're not dragging too much on the block. I'm going to throw this together real fast and then I'll meet everyone back once I've got the chamber and the water all in place. I just broke the blocks and we've already got a golem in there. Awesome. And block this back off and get rid of these blocks so that way a golem doesn't spawn out here. Alright, buddy. I might have to go down a block. Good, just have to place it right. If I can put it on the sign. There. I just want to make sure that a golem will actually spawn. Ah! It's functioning. Awesome. Alright, so we've got our first bit of iron. I'm gonna sit here for just a little bit and get just enough to make a beacon so that way we can continue building our barn. And after many hours and the rest of the iron out of our supplies from where we were mining, we finally have a level 4 beacon. We've got just a little iron left over. Got 1 piece of gold here for haste 2. There it is. Insta mining has been unlocked. This is nice. This is gonna make fixing this and pushing this mountain back a lot easier. I'm gonna push this back a couple more blocks behind this, and then we should be good to actually start building the barn. Now that we have haste 2, I've got the mountain pushed back some more, and I've got the framework laid out again. We've got much more room up here on the front. I believe I had to push it back another like 10 blocks. But unfortunately, I have run out of time for today. This episode has actually been recorded over basically an entire week. I feel like that's why it's been a bit more chaotic than usual. So with that, I'm gonna have to leave a little bit of a cliffhanger here, and we'll work on the barn, the bridge, and probably pick out something new to do tomorrow. So everyone have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.